Well, hello and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja, and right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy, is Mr. Francis Fernandez.
My camera's not doing the cool thing where I do like the thumbs up and the peace sign and it'll do stuff in the background.
You distracted me. You distracted me with your flailing arms, and I forgot to mention that this is the most generic podcast on the internet. I've been doing this for 10 years, and somehow I just, you distracted me with your movements.
Well, there's a fireworks option, and I thought, oh, how appropriate for 4th of July week to have fireworks in the background of my screen, but it didn't work.
You know, in all the notes I've written down, 4th of July was not a part of any of them.
It's a big deal.
It's funny.
You know, yeah, it's 4th of July.
Well, it is. You know, it is a big deal this year because FanExpo is happening over the 4th of July weekend. And yours truly is going to be there. Getting paid to talk to people. Official moderator for FanExpo Denver. I'm just boasting.
A well-earned, and I applaud. I
think I got that too. Hang on. You keep talking.
I applaud that you were able to get a position. There you go. Fireworks. You need a fireworks sound effect for the listeners. Just.
Yeah, I could have looked for that if we had planned. But
no,
you know, we don't plan a lot for this, so we just kind of go.
You're too busy continuing 3 weeks in a row or 3 episodes in a row, talking about pre-show at least, talking about liquid death. So, you know.
Well, you know, the fine people over there at Arizona Tea are as we found out this week, Francis and I found out this week through the Twitters, that they're good peoples. They have not raised the price of Arizona Tea to make it affordable for everybody.
Did you watch the interview with the guy?
No.
Okay.
I just kind of skimmed and found the bits I wanted to retain.
Well, he was saying how, like, the reason why he's not going to increase the price of the Arizona Tea, even though you will go to convenience stores and they will upsell they will put prices in there, making it like $1.50, even $2 in some cases. But
even though the can says 99 cents on it,
even though it, they're skimming from Arizona. But he's like, well, we're well off, you know. We reached our goals. We've done all this stuff. It's like, this is our way to give back to the community. You know, they're like Costco, always gonna have $1.50 for the hot dog and soda. Same thing in Arizona. And with times always change. Like the dollar store doesn't sell stuff for $1 anymore. It's like $1.50 plus now at the dollar store. 99-cent stores don't exist anymore. Like all the stuff that used to be really cheap, gone. So it's nice that places like Arizona and, you know, Costco are still like.
I mean, the Costco's probably got, you know, probably other questionable business practices, or they don't. I don't know.
Do they really? I didn't know that.
I don't know. I'm speculating, Francis, to make content. But it's cool that the pizza, the hot dog, and the soda isn't, you know, the same price it's been. When I first, you know, was aware of such a thing called Costco, that was a few doors down from the business place I worked at, where I'd take the business account card and walk over and get me a couple slices of pizza.
Yeah, and their pizza slices are like $2 or something like that.
And they're huge.
And they're huge. They're like New York style. They're like gigantic.
I mean, literally, there's one not even a full block south of where I live.
I mean,
north.
You have to have a membership, which costs you $50 a year.
Sure,
but you can technically live off that. You spend less than $5 a day to be fed for an entire meal. That's really good. even though McDonald's did I think it's like only for a week, they're doing this $5 meal thing because they know that their meals are expensive. They're like, we realize our meals are in the double digits now, like $15-$20 for a meal. But for 1 week only, we're gonna be nice and give you a $5 meal with like a small burger, fries, and a drink, and nuggets. Enjoy. It's
Oh, so they're trying to copy the Wendy's, the Wendy's Biggie meal, $5 Biggie bag.
100%.
Okay.
It's a McChicken sandwich or a McDouble. McDouble's $6 though, but it's McChicken sandwich, chicken nuggets, 4 chicken nuggets, a small French fry, and a drink, small drink.
That's the Wendy's. That's the Wendy's Biggie or whatever they call it.
So I think it's Biggie. I think you're right.
Yeah, the Biggie meal or whatever.
Yeah.
Biggie bag.
Oh, the Biggie bag. You're right. It's Biggie.
Here's the difference between the two things, though. Wendy's is good.
Burn.
I mean, like,
McDonald's.
I not full disclosure, I guess. I mean, I did open up the McDonald's app while I was at work tonight because there's one near where I was this evening, and I was like, I want something quick and fast and cheap. And usually, when I have said that in my brain, I look there on the app, and there's always, hey, if you get this whatever 10-piece nugget or a quarter pounder or a Big Mac, you get one of those for free. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty good. And then you don't get a drink because the drinks we won't get into it. The drinks are nasty. But people will, fight me on that. But McDonald's drinks are gross.
So I told my
Happy 4th of July push.
Happy 4th of July push. Oh, I didn't see it there. Hey, how's it going? My girlfriend at the time was like, is McDonald's Coke different from every other Coke? And apparently it is. Apparently their Coke is better than any of the other Coke products or Coca-Cola, like basic Coke products. Hi, Ginger. Well, we're not strangers. We just are doing the show early enough for you to be able to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on Friday at 10 again, so unfortunately it was fairly late. But welcome, everyone. Happy to see. We're talking fast food. We're talking McDonald's lame attempt to mimic the Wendy's meal deal.
Also, McDonald's doesn't have spicy nuggets.
They used to. They did for like a second. They had spicy nuggets.
Well, and they got rid of them because they sucked, I'm sure.
They did. Yeah.
I'm sure they will sell tons of these $5 things. But honestly, for me, if I have that much self-hate in myself that day to go get McDonald's, I don't get any drinks. I don't get any fries. Because they don't have French fries there. They have caricatures of fries.
Well, Ginger's with you. McDonald's plus the vomit emoji. So you have supporters on it. But I wanted to know your thoughts on Arby's.
Overpriced.
Okay.
Which is why I don't go there very often to barely ever. Also, they got rid of their potato cakes. So what's the point of going to Arby's?
I don't know. I haven't been to an Arby's in like a decade, so I don't know. That's what I was asking. Because I haven't been to an Arby's in a very long time.
When I do, there's one. Where I live currently, I'm surrounded by fast food joints. You name it, as long as it's not a Hardee's, I basically have it. Within...
But you don't have a Hardee's?
No. We don't have Hardee's here.
You have Carl's Jr.?
Yes.
Which is their... Yeah. They're the same thing, though.
I know that, but we don't have... I'm just saying, but we don't have that either. That's the one. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's the one that's not in the general vicinity of where I live.
Oh,
but
I see.
McDonald's...
So in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, technically Costco, Chipotle, the Q, Noodles, Burger King, another McDonald's, Arby's, and what's the one that has all the good drinks and their food sucks? The slushies and stuff? Sonic. So I have like 10, 15 options. And then you got B-dubs, which isn't fast food, but it's quick.
Ginger says Arby's back in the 70s were great. I'm sure all of the restaurants actually back in the 70s were great because they're not as processed as they are now. I don't know what you're gonna have to tell me what that is, Push, because I don't know what 7 Brew coffee is. I've never heard of 7 Brew. We don't have. I mean, we don't have it in California at least, or I guess not Colorado.
No, it's 7-Eleven brewed coffee. We got that if you really want to destroy your stomach.
I want to go to a 7 Brew. That sounds good. Like it's 7 brews.
I mean, the last time you and I went to a coffee shop, it was more of a avocado, the avocado on toast joint that happened to have coffee.
Yeah. So 7 Brew is only past Utah. So once you get past Utah, that's where all the 7 Brews are. So we're unfortunately on the other side of Utah to where. Oh no, you're not. No, there's 3 in Colorado. There are 3 in Colorado.
7 Brew.
7 Brew. Yeah.
7 Brew.
One on. Let's see. Now we gotta look it up. One in Alamosa.
Not going there.
Montrose.
Not going there.
Colorado Springs. Those are the 3.
I'm not gonna go down to the Springs for a coffee joint, but
you went.
Shut up.
You went. I was to say, Buc-ee's would like a word.
Yeah, but here's the thing about Buc-ee's. It's just a straight shot up I-25.
Oh.
Like, it's just north for an hour. Alamosa is 3 hours southwest of where I am. I think southeast of where I am. And what was the other one you said? Montrose? Montrose is a mountain town, and I'm not 100% sure what side of the fucking continental divide it's on.
Man, California doesn't get. So I don't like. Well, I get it. I get the East Coast West Coast like divide on food and beverages. I get it. I'm sad because our one claim to fame, which was In-N-Out, is like has made it pretty far east.
I mean finally. How long has In-N-Out been a thing?
Yeah, but I mean, oh God, what's the name of the place? Your favorite place, the one that you want to go to in Vegas.
The
White Castle.
White
Castle hasn't made it out here. Like, come on, guys.
White Castle's weird. I don't understand that because they're regional to the, I guess, East Coast or eastern side of the United States, southern and eastern side, I guess. And then they just have one in Vegas. Like, what the fuck? They have 3 in Vegas.
Yeah. I just found out. I didn't know it was 3, but they have 3 now.
To put those in Vegas, you need to fly over Colorado and all these other states. I don't know.
Skip like 6 states.
Yeah. You can't airdrop a fucking White Castle out of a military plane or something?
That's
like
a good question.
Decommissioned military plane just roll out of fucking White Castle and just drop someplace centrally. I mean, clearly
have one in Arizona.
Clearly, they don't know their fucking market, because if they brought their cheap ass fucking tiny sliders here, they'd make a fucking $1 million. Especially you put one next to a dispensary.
Yes,
I mean, Jack in the Box knew their customer base. You remember that commercial?
They still do it.
I can get 100 tacos for 99 cents. No, you can get 2 tacos. What? It's a total stoner, trying to get tacos, and he's too stoned to realize 2 tacos for $1.
I mean, blame Harold and Kumar for the popularity of White Castle. Again, I didn't know it even existed until that movie came out. Like, that movie was the thing that made me realize, a White Castle is a thing. It's the thing that people do.
I think I Mandela'd myself into thinking I've been to one because they're not in California, where this memory I apparently just made up of being in a place that had sliders. Now, maybe the place we went to just had a shit ton of sliders. Maybe. I don't know. But go on. I know you want to say something.
White Castle. Okay, so White Castle exists in Vegas and in Arizona, but like the middle of the country, none.
Right.
Like it's East Coast, nothing in the middle of the country, and then Nevada and Arizona.
The hottest places in the fucking United States. Here's a couple White Castles.
What's going on? I don't understand.
You know, for about a year and a half on Twitter, after Follow Friday, after I did my Follow Friday, 2 or 3 texts or tweets, I would tweet at White Castle. I would tag them and be like, why aren't you in Denver? Or like they would post something and I would quote it and be like, bring this shit to Denver. They never blocked me, which I was surprised. But
No.
they also never replied either. So.
Because places, I'm sure all places all the time are like, come over here, be over here. We need you over here. So it's, I mean, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Just do what, they did through all of whatever that was, 2019 or 2020 when everybody had the chicken sandwich all of a sudden.
Popeyes did the chicken sandwich,
And then everybody else followed.
And they're still doing it's still like a thing. Like people are still, and so it has to be spicy. It can't just be a regular chicken. It has to be a spicy chicken sandwich. And then everyone wants a spicy chicken sandwich. You want an Aldi? Oh yeah, there's too many. Aldi's when I came here, my first encounter with Aldi was in Ireland because it's a German shop. It's a German supermarket, and I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense for it to be in Ireland because it's like part of the UK. Okay, makes sense. Or part of the EU. It's not part of the UK. Northern Ireland is, but anyway, despite the point. Aldi's,
it's blurry. We won't really get into that.
Yeah, there's a whole but yeah, so I'm like, oh, that's cool, Aldi. I want a Tesco here, but anyway, that's beside the point too.
Yeah, Tesco would kind of. I just hear about Tesco. I never watched a YouTube as somebody at a Tesco, but I hear about them.
It's weird because I'm in a Tesco, and in Ireland it's different because in Ireland everything
they say it differently.
Well, no. That too, but all of them are very proud of their Irish meats and Irish butter and Irish eggs. Like it has to be like, this was made in Ireland. Go get it. Don't get the UK beef and the UK, but get the Ireland made stuff. So it's kind of like that. And then the American section is just Lucky Charms and like
Reese's peanut butter cups and
like a Reese's peanut butter cup and like it's like a single. It's not even an aisle. It's like a single shelf of American food. It's Kraft mac and cheese.
Of course.
It's Kraft mac and cheese. Lucky Charms and a Kit Kat. But Scotland. Oh yeah, well Scotland has haggis, right? Like Scotland has haggis. Which who doesn't want to eat who doesn't want to eat from a lamb or a sheep's intestine?
Yum. I mean, I think it's the stomach, but
stomach. You're right. It is the stomach.
Because intestine, that's used as casing for sausage and.
That's true. No, you're right.
Stuff like that.
It is it's the stomach.
Something I stumbled across the other day since we're on fast foods and markets and stuff. I got sucked into watching the business or the marketing of 7-Eleven. And I was like, you know what? I am stoned enough to check this out. So I watched like 15. Well, let me tell you, Francis. It started way back in the black and white times and went bankrupt around the time of the Great Depression and then sprang back like everything else did. And then was sold at some point in the last 20 years, I think, to a Japanese company. So what they want to do is start bringing in the more not Japanese food into 7-Eleven, but the marketing of a Japanese 7-Eleven, where it's not just candy and chips, but also like real food. And if this video I was watching was made anytime recently, it looks like there's more and more 7-Eleven branded stuff in the store and more fresh food. And all I was sitting there the whole time going, man, are they going to put in one of those automatic ramen machines?
So,
I've been looking at your face the whole time I've been telling you about this. And
Well, 'cause
the
they
look
did
on your
right.
face has just been like, I hated Japanese 7-Eleven.
no, it's great.
Okay.
But it shocks me that it's Japanese. Like, because I'm like, that's weird to me. So I looked it up. I wanted because I'm like, well, they did have 7-Elevens, but they called it something else. It was 7 and something, and it's 7 and I in Japan. It's 7
They do have 7-Elevens in Japan. There's like a lot of them apparently.
Well, they're known for their convenience, their convenience stores, and people have full-on meals there. Like you can make full-on meals there. You make your own iced coffee there. Everything is there. It's really nice. It's very well maintained. It's very pretty. Like it's a very cool place. Not all of their food is good. I got a corn dog from like a Lawson's, which is another. It's not Family Mart. It's Family Mart, Lawson's, and 7-Eleven. And I got a Lawson's corn dog. It was awful, but it probably is good to Japanese people because Japanese people have different tastes.
Sure.
But it was awful. But that's amazing. Hawaii 7-Eleven has real food. They sell mokolokos. They sell all sorts of like pre-made, prepared, like full-on hot meals that are actually good. It's weird. Freaks me out because it's good.
The video was talking about how in the past 7-Elevens would order twice a week. Whatever food came in, it only came in twice a week. Mm-hmm. And now they're getting like multiple deliveries a day because they're starting the whole reward program thing. I don't know if you are a 7-Eleven reward program person, but they have one. And they have 19 million subscribers. That's a lot.
I mean, it is a lot. It is a lot.
And they use that data to, they were saying like the Japanese stores, they order what sells pretty much at that location. And then there could be a 7-Eleven 5 blocks away that has a completely almost different menu. I can't see.
Let's see if I can. Anyway,
I see there's a 7-Eleven thing on your delivery.
I am a rewards member. Okay. Yeah, the Japanese food is good.
Yes.
They have like
Speedy Marts. I remember that too.
Speedy Marts.
I remember hearing that on the little thing I was watching anyway.
It competes with AMPM, which AMPM used to be the king of like hot foods, and like they gave you like, I'm not gonna say fresh food. It's not fresh food. It's like microwavable food.
Sure.
Right. They put it in a microwave. They put it in a warmer, and you can eat it. Right. Like it's fine. But like you can get a pizza from. Speaking of pizzas from Costco, you can get a pizza from 7-Eleven.
That was part of the thing too, that they sold like umpteen million slices of pizza, which you can get a whole pizza at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
The person behind the counter is not going to be happy with you that you want a whole pizza, but you can get a whole pizza.
Okay, so I've gone enough to know this. So it's a frozen pizza. Mm-hmm. So they either give it to you frozen or cooked. They normally want it cooked. The guest wants it cooked. Mm-hmm. So they put it in this oven.
It's like a hot air oven.
It's a hot air oven. And they put it for like 3 minutes. and the whole pizza goes from frozen to hot in 3 minutes, which blows my mind because it's really quick. So if you buy a slice and they're out of slices, you wait 2 minutes. A whole pizza's already ready to be cut up and sliced and given to you.
Yep.
Are they good?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
But do they
they
get the
taste
job
like
done?
they taste like the cardboard that you would put it in if you were going to take one home.
It's a Little Caesars pizza. It's equivalent to a Little Caesars pizza. Little Caesars is a smidge up.
I like the Caesars myself.
I think Shakey's is my favorite pizza. I love a good Shakey's pizza.
Can't say I've ever had that. But 7-Eleven pizza, in a pinch, when you're hungry and you've been at work since 5 in the morning and you don't feel like getting any fast food joint, a slice of pizza or a couple slices of pizza from 7-Eleven will do the job.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You know, are you gonna rant and rave about it? No. Are you gonna need some hot sauce or some chili flakes or something? Probably, but it's edible. And I mean, yes, you can fuck a lot of foods up, but it's kind of hard to fuck pizza up.
Pizza is one of those foods that is kind of universally beloved in general.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know how to.
We spent half an hour on food, so we can definitely move on.
We can move on.
Congratulations, spending half an hour on food.
Hey, this is what we do here. We go in with a loose idea and we just run with it, and our phone interrupts us and everything. It's real professional. I don't know how to transfer out of what the hell we've been talking about for the last half hour, but what you do like to do sometimes, Francis.
What?
When you have you're with your person or you're by yourself, and you got your nice hot steaming pile of fast food sitting in front of you. Sometimes you want to watch a movie.
Okay.
I'm work with me here. And before you went and got your steaming pile of hot fast food, you stopped at the old grocery store to get you some Prilosec or Tums in preparation. And you stopped at the old Redbox to get you a movie because you don't have the internet, I guess.
How dare you?
I don't know. I don't know who the customer base of Redbox is, but it doesn't matter because they filed for bankruptcy, so they're going away. Well, they might not, but I've never purchased a Redbox rental purchase thing.
I've only ever rented from them once, and I forgot what the movie was. It was like Indiana Jones or something. I forget what it was. It was just some random movie. It's super easy. They usually have multiple copies. Redbox makes sense because movies aren't always streaming. You got to get it somewhere. You don't want to buy the movie.
That is true.
But it's easier now to rent a movie online. It's becoming easier, but not every movie's online either. Blah 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 blah. But it's easier. I would recommend before it goes away, just as a novelty, rent yourself a Blu-ray.
Well, then the next thing is people gotta. If they have already, they got to dust off their Blu-ray player because there's definitely a very few disk drives and towers these days. And I guess a lot of people would watch stuff on a laptop, which I don't know if there disk drives and fucking laptops anymore. All right, so
but if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox,
that's true.
That's not just digital. You my PlayStation has your Xbox has a Blu-ray slot.
Yeah. You know what it doesn't like anymore? Yeah, I can say that. It doesn't like copied discs of movies that I already own.
You gotta jailbreak it or whatever. You gotta get the mod. It
never had a problem in the past. I can't remember when I bought mine, but my Xbox One at first could play all the copied disc movies that I own. Played them just fine.
Okay.
I just don't want to, I like to preserve my media, so I make copies of it. But now, if I put any of those copied discs in, It struggles to play them.
You know why? Because you forgot to take the notch off of the VHS. You know that little notch they have to remove. And no one can.
You know when you're scrolling there through the Twitters and maybe you're having a bad day and you're hoping that as you're doom scrolling that your algorithm will show you something that you like to see. We've talked about what I have in my algorithm, but anyway, I've seen a lot of posts of tape over a cassette or tape over the VHS cassette.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And do you know what this is? If you don't, they're too young for you. Or, like, if you know what if you know what this means, we can be friends.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
There's one, I can't remember who the artist was, but said on the backside, dubbing or whatever, copying music is illegal or whatever. So we left the other side of this tape blank so you can record something onto it.
The fact that you had two sides of tape. How many people are going to know that when a tape, like when you used to listen to cassette tapes, it would end and then you had to flip the cassette over to get to side B and listen to, like, tracks are put on two sides of a cassette tape.
Where the term B-sides came from? Well, I guess it was probably records, but...
Those are records, I think, yeah.
But either way, there's A and B in cassettes as well.
Maybe it was 8 tracks.
No, that had 8 tracks.
Well, I'm sorry your Xbox isn't working anymore. And
it works just fine to play games and stream things, but if I want to put any of my preservation media, it doesn't want to play it. So I have to actually put in the actual physical disc that I have and own and play it, which, it's I don't want to wear it out.
Out of curiosity, since we're speaking of video games a little bit, would you ever do a tournament, like a video game tournament of sorts? Would you ever try to do one of those?
Today?
Yeah. No. Even as a kid. And as a kid, let's say you were a teenager and you had your...
If I was going to answer it for today, it would be maybe, and I would probably get schooled pretty quick.
Sure.
But then I could say I did it.
Yeah.
As a kid, quote unquote, dink dink, as we like to say, I entered a Killer Instinct tournament. And
Combo breaker.
I came out victorious amongst 20 some odd people, which were probably all children. So, I mean,
were you Orchid?
No, I was no. Fulgore.
Fulgore, the robot guy.
The robot, yeah, because he had the uppercuts like, Street Fighter, a lot of similar to Street Fighter moves, actually.
He had a teleport uppercut, yeah. I remember that.
So that was my Stat and Cinder.
You won.
Which everybody thought was cheap. But
Cinder's great. I love Cinder.
Cinder was...
Wait, did you win, you said?
Yeah.
What'd you
win? A cheesy prize, but it was cool at the time. Do you remember, Francis, when they used to pack T-shirts into small cubes or the shape of a car or into the shape of a pyramid, and it was under like 50 tons of pressure, and then you take it out of the shrink wrap and you have the wrinkliest T-shirt in the world?
Yes.
That's what I got.
Totally.
I got a Killer Instinct shirt that was in the shape of a cube of some sort. And it was one of the most comfortable T-shirts I had at the time, to be honest with you. It was nice quality. But that's all I got, was a T-shirt.
Well, that's pretty cool, though. A T-shirt is a pretty good prize because you can at least wear it, show off that you won, show off that you were a winner.
Oh, it didn't even say that. It was just had KI on the front. Like, like an Argyle shirt, with the little crocodile thing. It was like that, but it was a T-shirt with a little KI on the front.
Well, that's better than this guy. I saw this article. I wanted to bring it up just briefly because I found it really funny. This guy did a Mortal Kombat 1 tournament. Won the big cash prize of like $4,000 to $5,000 or something like that, right? pretty good price for just playing a video game, you know. Not too bad. Well, he ended up, or whatever amount it was, he ended up owing money because when he won, he threw his chair into the crowd.
Oh shit!
And broke a $3,000 light rig
Mm.
with the chair, in which he used his winnings to pay back, you know, the location for the money. But he lost money. I guess it must have been like a couple $1,000s then. But he lost money. He ended up owing money after breaking a $3,000 lighting thing after throwing a chair. And then the guy, the CEO of the tournament's like, well, we're now going to ban you for life if you ever throw furniture in our tournaments ever again. Anyone who throws a chair, you will never play video games with us or never win a prize or whatever, do these tournaments ever again. You will be banned for life. So don't ever throw stuff. Because the guy threw a chair because he was so excited. He threw a chair and destroyed a light rig.
Well, ladies, line up. There's a winner for you.
No, lost all of his winnings. Lost all of his winnings just because he was excited.
Sounds like
I've never done that before.
I've never even thrown a controller in frustration.
I have a buddy of mine, the one I play Call of Duty with. He and his wife. When I used to play with him when he was single and he just played by himself, he had broken 2 or 3 controllers over the span of us playing over the years and decades of plus playing video games together. He's broken a fair share of controller. He gets mad, which is cool. I get it. He gets frustrated.
Sure,
I get mad too, but he breaks controllers, and I find it humorous.
I used to play the original Halo with a friend of mine we do the co-op, and he would just get so mad if I didn't play the game the way he wanted it done, and I'm like. He's like, oh, we got to start all the way over at this level because you didn't do this right. And I'm like, what do you mean? Fuck, everybody's dead. Who cares? It's a fucking video game. I came over here to have fun, not to play this as if we're actually space marines.
Some people take it really seriously. Like it's
They do.
It's a big deal for some people. Yeah.
Well, no, don't say that, Josh. Too much fucking fire under that comment.
They're the future, man. Don't piss off the future CEOs of.
Right. I don't. At the end of the day, it's a game. You know, that's why I don't play games on super challenging levels because I play games to have fun. I don't play a game to be challenged. That I do that every day. I wake up and walk outside. That's a challenge. You know, I don't need to the challenge of the day and then come home and be like, I want to relax and just be frustrated with the difficulty level of trying to do something in a video game. Like, no.
And controllers are really well made. Like
They are.
Like if they're
Especially when you spend $250 on one, Francis.
Whatever. Oh, those are custom. Those are fancy ones.
I did look to see, you know, what the
nice
what the hype was.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean I look at it and it's basically everything the Elite 2 has to offer, just in better quality.
Yeah.
And then you could
Yeah,
get your gamer tag, you know, etched into the face of it, or cool colors, or
Well, 2 seconds of boring. Sorry, folks, but I was going to get the Elite 2, but every time I read up on it, people were complaining that the controller sticks would drift. They would just drift out of the box. And it was more busted. Like, even reviewers are like, quality control is awful. Microsoft does not look at their controllers. They send them broken. Like, they put them in untouched they're just broken when you open them, like the majority of them. And it takes like a month to get them fixed and repaired and like working properly. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that because then it's gonna break again. You're gonna have to wait. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
I think you can take it apart and actually put in a better thumbstick.
Oh God, I don't trust me to do that. I don't trust me to go through all that. I mean,
fair.
yeah, that's true. You're right. There is a way to put in new stuff, but I don't My hands are not good anymore.
I agree with you. I tried. There was the PS2 days. There was a do it at home fix for the laser adjustment issue that it had, where remember the same issue the PS1 had.
Yeah.
But we learned, and they put in it a little tiny adjustable screw on the face of the laser. So you had to take the top half of your PS2 off, and smart people reached inside the chassis and unplugged the power from the button.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
I let it rest vertically while I was trying to do my adjustments. And one of my kitty cats decided to jump up on the table and was like, "Hey, what are you doing, boss?" And knocked over the top part of the chassis and ripped the power button right out, or the ribbon right out of the back of the power button. But, Francis, here's the thing.
Yes.
I worked in video game stores when I was a late teen, early 20s. And I discovered, they always put the seal, break the seal, and this is an open, game system.
Yeah.
Well, they only put it on the top of the box, where normal people open boxes. But if you got a heat gun and you blasted the bottom of the box, you can melt the glue and take the thing out, play it, and then when it breaks, you put it all back in there real nice, and you reseal it, and you go, "I'm returning this. I want to exchange it for a newer model." And you get the newer one, and you go home and you don't have the laser issue. Look, man, I was young.
Well, I was trying. Yeah, I wish I had done stuff like that when I was younger. I didn't do anything like that. Rock the boat.
You didn't return your Star Wars toys with a G.I. Joe in it?
No, I didn't. I think the only thing I didn't do was okay, so there was for instance, I wouldn't consider this bad, but this is stuff I wouldn't do. I went to remember when Sears was a thing, when Sears was a store.
Oh, yeah.
No longer a store. It doesn't exist anymore. Sears is gone the way of the dodo, Circuit City, which makes me sad. But Sears used to sell Super Nintendo games, and I was so excited for the new Donkey Kong Country, a 3D Donkey Kong game. Everyone was excited, and I bought one from Sears, which if I remember correctly, it was $60. So games were still $60 back in the mid 90s.
Yeah, cartridge based stuff. Everything else was $40, 50, 45, 50. Then you got cartridges were $60, $70 for some titles.
Oh no, you're right. That's very true. Yeah, no, that's true. So I got it. I'm like, oh great, we'll mail it to you. Don't worry about it. You got you covered. We're gonna mail it to you. I'm like, great, thanks. I'm just a kid. I'm 15, maybe even younger, maybe 12. And I'm home and I'm waiting, and the day comes, and it comes in this box, it's just a regular box. And I open it up, and there's no boxed games, just cartridges. Cartridges. I got 6 Donkey Kong Country cartridges in a single box.
What the hell?
And I'm like, what? Why did they send me 6? No box, no instruction manual, nothing. Just 6 individually laid, just sitting there in the box. 6 Donkey Kong Country games.
And did it have the little plastic protector cover at the bottom?
At the sleeve.
Okay.
Yeah, the sleeve at the bottom. Yeah. So it was protected. The little bar at the bottom was protected. But just I don't think this was supposed to go to me. But I didn't return it. I didn't say, "Oh, by the way."
You found 5 friends, and you're like, "Hey."
Yeah.
Or you found 5 people you know. You're like, "Hey, $70 a pop, motherfucker."
I was 12. I didn't
say motherfucker.
At 12? No, I did. Probably no, probably didn't actually.
Mm.
A pretty clean mouthed boy. But yeah, so like stuff like that, right? Didn't really like. I knew this wasn't right, but I didn't try to fix it. I didn't try to
Sure.
make it better. I just like, guess I'm the owner of 6 Donkey Kong Country
I mean,
games.
depending on
Cool.
how much you love Donkey Kong, man, you just, you got a gold mine delivered to you.
Just it was really weird. That was like the weirdest thing.
Sears, I'm more familiar with Sears with the tools section of Sears. My best friend builds houses for a living, and every time he broke a tool, we'd take it to Sears and go get the exact same tool.
Get your craftsman, yeah.
Yeah, all the craftsman stuff. The level of returning that they would do was incredible, actually, which is probably why they're out of business, because nobody ever bought tools. They bought one tool in 1950, and they just kept bringing it in every time that it died.
Yeah, but they sold other stuff.
They did. I'm just being a smartass. But somehow a 6-foot level at my friend's work site got ran over. And instead of it being a straight level, it became a gigantic builder's triangle with a big, basically a right angle in the middle of the thing. He took it into Sears, and they were like, "Yeah, go get another one."
Yeah. Sears was very generous in everything.
They
But,
were. I mean, it's just a weird department store.
Well, comedians would make fun, like would joke about how they would, if they did, because they didn't get the Victoria's Secret catalog, they'd have the Sears catalog, and they would enjoy the lingerie section of the Sears catalog.
I think Tim Allen had a joke about being taken to Sears as punishment to go get some corduroys.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was. I think it was that particular stand-up. I mean, he only had like one really, but
Yeah. Well, his stand up was all like, us men have it rough. Oh,
yeah, and
what's up with you guys? Oh.
I rewired it. That was his favorite. And that was his other favorite catchphrase. So I rewired it.
Look, I liked Home Improvement. I liked it as a show.
Sure.
I liked him as a character.
Sure.
I liked him as a dad. I liked that Pamela Anderson was there for the first season.
I liked that he got busted for cocaine and then ended up having a TV show.
Yeah, but that was like in the 80s. It
Yeah.
took him a decade to get a TV show.
I'm just saying. Yeah, and it was on ABC, if I'm not mistaken, which we all know Disney owned.
I don't know if they owned it at the time, though.
Yeah,
They-
ABC's been owned by Disney forever.
No, either way. Tim Allen. Oh, yeah.
Sears. The other weird thing about Sears, the one here anyway. I
Wait, do you
was
have Sears still?
no, I said past tense.
Oh,
It was in the one I'm thinking of. It was in like the Cherry Creek shopping area, which is kind of the fucking Rodeo Drive of Colorado. It's not that nice, but that's the closest thing I can think of in your fucking world.
oh, it has a Porsche dealership and a Tiffany's? Oh, okay.
Tiffany's possible, actually.
Oh, okay.
Porsche dealership, no. It's all just shops. But the Sears that was there, it was a standalone Sears.
Yeah.
And at one point, I believe it was the 70s, could have been the early 80s, had a man-made ski slope on the side of it. There's pictures of it. You can look it up.
All right. I mean, I believe you.
Sears Colorado ski slope.
All right, I'm looking it up.
Or
Dubai White Castle, Sears,
No.
Colorado ski slope.
and it was like right out of the side of the building.
All right.
Like,
Well-
I've only seen pictures of it. I was too young, or we were not not allowed in that area of the state because we didn't have the money.
Well, I'm going to need something more specific because it's just showing me regular ski slopes.
Okay, stand by. This is not making for great audio, but
While you talking, while you look it up,
Sears
but
ski
yeah,
slope.
we didn't. Of course, California wouldn't have anything like that because we're hot summers here. Instead, we had nothing. We didn't even have a pool. Like our Sears didn't have a pool. It was just a regular Sears. Um, but hey, it was like the place to go. As a matter of fact, my closest friends in high school both worked at a Sears. That was
Really?
their first job was working at a Sears. Yeah. So like it has memories. Like there's memories attached to Sears Roebuck and Company.
Nobody ever mentions that part, the Roebuck. Well, I guess because
Well,
he got out of it at some point.
yeah.
I can't find it right now, but damn it, I know it exists. When I do, I'll put it in the description of the thing or whatever. But
Yeah, text it to me
yeah,
or tweet it
but
to
yeah,
me.
it was just a little, little ski slope. It was maybe 50 feet or something like that, 75 feet, and you could ski down it.
I mean, that's what it's known. I mean, that's what people think of when they go to Colorado.
That's true.
Colorado skiing,
The,
Utah,
the,
more.
the thing that irritates me every time, regardless of the sport, it's mostly football that I see this most commonly. But if you're watching, say, the national telecast of the football, and they typically they try anyway to stay pretty neutral. But when they show pictures of quote unquote Denver, they're always in like the mountain towns that are close to Denver that aren't technically in the city of Denver, and take pictures of that, like
Vail.
prairies. Yeah, or Breckenridge and Vale, which are like 2 hours away from Denver. Or they show prairie land, and it's like, you guys realize there's a whole fucking city. You're in the middle of the city at this sporting event.
Does Denver have like something that makes it stand out, like a unique building or a unique stadium that really makes it stand out?
I mean, as far as downtown goes, I mean, the most recognizable building to a lot of people is, I don't know what the building's called, but it's shaped as a cash register, like an old timey cash register.
All right, hold on. Denver skyline. Let's take a look. Yeah, cause see, if I'm looking at the Denver skyline, it looks like any other city where the mountains are.
Sure. Well, yeah,
Like
when it's shot from
LA,
it's shot from the east side of
LA.
downtown looking west. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a Sydney Opera House or like a Disney concert hall, like something
No.
that really makes it like weird.
No, like that cash register building is like the most recognizable building down there. I mean,
Is it called the cash register building?
no, but that's what people call it.
No.
There are other buildings that are they still down there? I don't recall, but there was some pretty large towers that had significance. I can't remember what the fucking significance of them were. I don't know if they still exist. I'm not
I love it.
not a very good historian of the fucking state I've lived in almost my entire life.
They do call it if you look up cash register building Denver,
Mhm.
it shows you exactly what you want to see.
Okay.
It's the building that has looks like
It looks like a cash register. Yeah, my friend's mom worked in it at one point, but I think it houses multiple different businesses and places where suits go and shit. People that have nice shoes go.
Right, the nice shoe store, the nice shoe place.
Yeah, like why do you have to
got
wear
you.
a suit to fucking sit in the office all day? I will never understand. What else do I got here? Oh, this is kind of funny. We're coming up on the hour anyway. I went to a concert this past weekend. It wasn't an arena show, so there were no devil horns. If we were in an arena, maybe, but this was an outdoor stadium show. Small. It's a college. It was on a college campus. I've never been to this college, like for anything.
Oh.
The city in which it's in Boulder, which is northwest of Denver.
Yeah.
And I've been there to do graffiti as a kid, and as an adult, my friend had a comic book store. which was right off the freeway. So I've never been there to like explore or do anything of significance. So we go up there for this concert, and there's no place to park, like at all. I just ended up parking in a restaurant parking lot and just hoping that it'd still be open by the time we got out, so it didn't look like I parked there. You know what I'm saying? Be like the only car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Or it not be there at all because they're like, oh, they parked illegally. I'm towing the car.
Towing it away, yeah.
So we finally find some place to sit because it's all GA. And as I'm getting comfy, I look over to my left, and there before me is an 18-year-old prison Mike from The Office.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Had the bandana and everything. And I was just, I'm like, wow. Yeah, you woke up this morning and chose to put on a bandana. Like,
it depends it depends who you're listening to. Because then it makes sense.
Sure, I guess.
It depends on who you're there to see. Was it appropriate for the person you were
No,
there to see?
we went to go see EDM. We weren't there to see no gangster rap. We definitely weren't there to see fucking Michael, whatever the fuck his name is from The Office, doing anything. So, and he wasn't there as like, you know, the human being for any reason. So this guy chose to look like Prison Mike. And hey, we were all 18 at one point, so, you know, to each their own, I guess. But I found it humorous. I was trying to find humor in the frustration of trying to find parking and being the oldest guy in the entire fucking campus. It was a lot of fun. No,
you're fine.
I wasn't actually, but
you weren't.
No, there was a couple people, like some silver-haired people that were having a great time actually.
So yeah. So what's the problem? I don't understand.
No, I was making a joke.
Oh. So you really were the.
No, I mean, I wasn't the oldest person there. There were actually older people there having a great time. I'm just saying I was on a college campus and I was probably the oldest person there. Not a very good joke. It's fine. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the old notes here. Yeah, Prison Mike was funny. I guess to close it out, it is 4th of July weekend coming up. If you're going to be at FanExpo Denver, come to panels, because this is the part where I'm just going to boast for a little while. But I have 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10. I think I'm hosting 10 panels this weekend at FanExpo. So come support me. I'll need it. And I get to do a Muppets panel, which, you know, I'm not freaking out at all about.
I was gonna say you buried the lead.
Yeah. So there's I need to figure out who this guy is, obviously, but Guy Gilchrist or Gilchrist, he was basically Jim Henson's right-hand man when it came to anything drawn of the Muppets, from what the little I've been able to see so far. Comics of different, you know, Muppet and Disney, Marvel type of stuff. He did marketing for the Pink Panther. Like, this guy's been around since like the 70s, I believe. I believe he is 70 something.
67.
Okay, 67. So he's been around for a while. And like, it's the little I've been able to find out, he very, very close to Jim. So the little kid inside of me has got to try and hold it together and not ask all the questions 6-year-old me would want to ask. Maybe a few. But
he's comic royalty, because he originated a bunch of kind of original older comics from the 80s and the 70s. He did comic strips featuring the Muppets.
Yes.
As well as a comic strip called Nancy, which I don't think I know that one actually. Oh, I do. It's the little girl with the bow in her hair. Okay, yeah, I know that one. Okay. But yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
that's how he got his start. In the teen years, he did a comic strip, and somebody picked him up and started doing it in the newspaper, I think. And then the coloring books. Coloring books was one of his first gigs, and I'm like, that's interesting. Like, how do you come up with a coloring book?
I mean, this guy has done it all. He even did, I guess he did even OG 90s Turtles, Ninja Turtles. So, like he's legit. So,
Yeah.
have fun with that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Little, pulling the curtain back a little bit, but we have a friend that does a lot of work with the Muppets, as far as like,
oh yeah,
drawing and whatnot, and has a big connection to the Muppets. I think I'm going to be reaching out to him to see if he can give me anything on this guy, because I don't want to go ill prepared, especially to a Muppets
No.
thing. You know what? If I go into all the other ones a little ill prepared, I'll be okay with that, as long as I am fully prepared to talk to this guy and Muppet stuff.
Yeah, he could be your connection to other Muppets.
I mean, I keep saying, if the drawing of me as a Muppet gets turned into a real Muppet, I'm retiring from everything. Like, I'm not even going to perform it.
It's just gonna be the you're gonna hide, and every time we do the show, it's just gonna be the Muppet talking into a mic. I mean, you're gonna be in the bottom with a mic yourself, right, talking. But
Right.
Oh, hello,
There's our
hi,
gimmick. There's our gimmick, Francis.
we're Muppet. Oh God. Well, then I need a Muppet of me made. That's the problem. You're the Muppet guy, so you're gonna have to find somebody to make a Muppet of me.
I mean,
and
we
can do
we
Muppets.
know the same person.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't talk about the Muppets like you do, and I'm not I'm not really a Muppet fan like you are. But I would love to have a Muppet. I mean,
Well,
come
you
on.
could be drawn as one.
Yeah. Hello. I even do a voice for the guy.
I mean,
How's it going?
I think I'd still do the same voice. It would just be,
Yeah, I know.
Muppeteer or something.
You're right.
Puppeteer or something. Depending on
That's
who made
true.
it.
I would probably make it pretty simple, and then I have the stick for the hand.
Yeah. You have a dummy mic up here. You have the real mic down below. That could be our gimmick. There's our $1 million idea. Get our faces off the screen.
That's been the problem this entire time.
Yeah. Then we could have like different costumed, puppets for different things.
Do skits.
Oh, see? Writing it
We'll
down,
just do it from
Francis.
other people, and we'll just okay, write it down.
We need
Stamp it.
We need puppets. We need puppets.
What's funny is I actually thought about doing a long time ago before we met. I was like, man, I should do a show using a puppet. Like I should do a podcast, like a live podcast with a puppet. But by myself would be tough. But having two of us doing a puppet, amazing. Let's make it happen.
Let's do this. We need to find somebody to build us some stuff. I think maybe we can ask the same person that draws us stuff to ask, where do you get your puppets made from? He does. One of his puppets, he actually was going to have former Kermit perform.
Wow.
But he held on to his puppet for too long, and it was all sweaty.
Gross.
Yeah. Nobody wants to stick a hand up into a wet orifice. Exactly. You know what? The rest of the stuff I have on this list is stupid and not really worth talking about.
Right. The only thing I was going to bring up was a story of a guy who arrested a woman in San Diego, got into the back seat of his squad car, and locked them both in the back seat.
Wait. The cop
got
in the back seat with the perp?
Yeah.
And then
he got locked in the back seat with the perp.
Okay, was the sex happening, or was like somehow somehow he got inside the back seat and someone shut the door behind him.
They never. He ended up quitting.
So they were doing the sex.
It must have been.
You don't quit because you accidentally got locked in the back seat of your car.
Yeah, they don't go into detail of what happened other than there was a female suspect in the back seat. He joined her, ended up locking himself in the back seat of the car with her.
Well, you know, they should have learned. They should have watched Super Troopers, and learned that you can just kick the door off the hinges.
Oh. In the middle of doing it, they could have kicked the door off the hinges.
Damn it.
Points.
I really gotta fucking put little
Label
fucking
them, man.
little
Label
pieces
them.
of tape on there. I can't think of any other reason why you'd be in the backseat of a squad car other than you being a perp yourself. I got a ride in the backseat of a cop car one time, and I wasn't a perp. They just wouldn't allow me to sit in the front seat because of the computer and all his gear. So I told the cop,
right along.
if I'm sitting in the back seat of this car, you need to put me in cuffs. And he said, what?
Good night, Ginger.
Good night. You heard me. If I'm going to ride in the back seat of a cop car, I need to be put in cuffs because the molding of the seat is only comfortable if you're in cuffs and your hands are behind your back.
Oh, brother.
And he just that's basically what he said. He's like, okay. Well, I just want the full effect, man. And then I got back there and I went Eddie Murphy. I went, this is the cleanest police car I've ever been in.
Hey, Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out.
Yeah.
Netflix.
I don't got the Netflix, so I'm sure I'll find a way to watch it. But I think I'm interested enough to watch it. As long as it has less CGI in it than the third one.
I mean, it's him. Judge Reinhold is back. A couple other people are back.
The other guy,
I don't remember
Wilford
his name.
Brimley or whatever his name is.
He's just saying diabetes the entire time.
That would change
Why
that.
am I in here?
That would change
Diabetes.
that trio so much. Judge Reinhold, Wilford Brimley, and Eddie Murphy.
He does his signature laugh.
Well, I don't know. Eddie Murphy hasn't said anything funny in 30 years. Sorry.
You're not wrong.
You fucking
It's so
he went and did that, fucking donkey movie and got all the fucking Disney money, and he forgot that he's a stand-up comedian.
Universal money.
Whatever the fuck. Well, whoever gave him fucking Nutty Professor money, because that's basically when Eddie Murphy stopped being funny. It was right around then. Norbit was great.
Pluto Nash.
Pluto Nash was great. Niche, but great. But, yeah.
Wonder why Eddie got him in that reboot. Got who? Himself? Pluto Nash needs a reboot.
I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Norbit, I think Norbit's just fine. It's weird.
Pluto Nash was in theaters. I was working in the movie theater at the time. Pluto Nash made it to... So it opened a Friday, made it to Sunday, and then immediately got removed.
It got
only
pulled.
One person bought a ticket. One person bought a ticket the entire weekend. To
Was
watch
it
Pluto
you?
Nash. It was not me. I had no interest in that movie.
Interesting.
But
Well, I
Pluto
mean,
Nash gets a reboot.
I honestly don't think Eddie Murphy's been funny since Eddie Murphy Raw. And that was filmed in 84, 86.
I want to see Eddie Murphy make a comeback in like movies and stuff, and like be hired in films and like be in comedy roles again. I'd love to see that.
As long as he's doing comedy stuff, yeah.
I mean, he did do Coming to America too.
But only one person saw that.
Yeah, another Netflix original or whatever.
I mean, like, I know it made waves, but like nobody's continuing to talk about the sequel.
No, nobody cares. And that's the hard. It's hard. He needs an original property. He can't keep doing sequels. That's all he's been doing is sequels. Do an original property. He did a couple, but they were serious roles. He needs to do original comedies.
And nothing with Owen
Like
Wilson.
What did he do with Owen Wilson?
Spy something? I Spy? I think.
I don't know. I didn't know they did a movie together. But
It was Luke
okay.
Wilson or
I'll
Owen
go with
Wilson.
that.
They're basically the same person, so I'm not really sure.
Yes. they're like the Paul brothers. They're like Logan Paul.
Except the Wilson brothers are actually talented.
Oh, yes. The Pauls are not talented. That's true. Well, one of them at least doesn't try to box everybody.
Well, speaking of which,
one of them doesn't try to fight
I believe the Tyson Paul fight is off now. I think something health wise happened to Tyson where they had to call off the match.
He had an ulcer. He had an ulcer, so I thought they changed it.
Okay, maybe they. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up. Because again, it's going to be on Netflix, and I don't got the Netflix.
November 15th is the date of.
Okay, so they moved it up. What, 4 months?
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. The other one, the younger one, I hate that he's good at wrestling.
Is he really?
Yeah. He gets it, and he's good at it, and I hate it. I don't like watching. When I see it, I'm like, ugh, damn it, why are you so good at this? I'm supposed to not like you. I still don't like you, but you're fucking good at the wrestling.
I mean, that's kind of. I mean, what else are they doing? They don't have jobs. All they do is work out.
And that's the thing. I can't figure out, like, I mean, I guess I know what really set the one off, but even before that, who the fuck was watching their content?
Little girls.
Yeah, well, there you go. Seems legit. I don't know what to say after that.
All right.
I think that's going to be it for this week, though. Again, if you're going to be at FanExpo this weekend, please come to the panels. Contact me. Let me know if you don't know what panels I'm doing, because I didn't really talk about them. But if you want to know, hit me up. If you're going to be there, I'll let you know. You can clap for me. Support me, because I'm going to need it. I will have Francis support from afar.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't come.
Can't really do much about that.
No, unfortunately. I wish you could. Wish things were different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can go get more racist hash browns at a different location, or go back to the same one and see if we get the same ones.
Just go back to the same one.
Which they've changed their names since you were here, Francis. Actually.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Well, it used to. They had a name, and then it said "and breakfast 2 TOO."
Oh, 2?
Now they've dropped that, so now it's just the name of the place.
I was really hoping they would put your name in the schedule as a moderator, but they didn't.
I am Francis. I am getting.
I know you are, but they didn't put your name as.
I know. But I am getting a programming badge or moderating badge. I can't remember what the guy said. Unfortunately, I am not getting a name placard, which is still going to be a lofty goal at a convention. My co-host.
I have several.
Fuck
I have,
you.
I have one from Anime Expo, because I used to be a part of another group of podcasters. We did like
that were more successful
shows. No,
I
ended up breaking up.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
I did a bunch of shows with them, and I got placards for all placards for all the conventions I did with them, which was only 2. So I only have a total of 4.
That's 4 more than I got.
4. I don't know.
But
it's weird being a part of, like, when the panel's about you. It's weird. Last thing I'll say. And then
well, we haven't got to that part. Well, I mean, you've been on a panel.
Yeah, I've been on a few.
No one's asked me to be on a panel. They've asked me to host the panel, which arguably you could say is better. I don't know. It's more work,
if
that's
you're
for sure.
If you're the one that is the panel's about, like if you're the person who's like kind of the focus of the panel, it's weird because like the people in the room will talk to you afterwards. Like they'll stop you and talk to you afterwards. And that was the weird part for me. It's like, why do you want to talk to me? Like I said some stuff and that's it. Like, why do you want to talk to me afterwards? Like, no, you said something great, blah blah blah. I'm like, thanks.
Hey,
So you need to be on a panel. We need to get you on a podcasting panel or something. We need to get you on a panel though, for sure.
that would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah.
It was, especially with how much I screw up other people's shows. To do it live would be even better.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, so join us for the recap next week of FanExpo and all the other shenanigans stuff that we'll get into and randomly talk about, like fast food. So if you're into that kind of thing, we do this every week. Try to do it on Tuesdays. My work schedule's all over the place, so sometimes it's not on Tuesdays, it's on other days. But you hit the bell icon or whatever and set yourself and follow us, because we are on the road to 2,000. There it is on the screen, glittery and everything.
I always thought there was a sound to it.
No, I mean,
wrong?
no, you're wrong.
No,
There's no sound.
there's a sound to it.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I could probably put one in.
Nah, don't want sound.
Okay. But you can also subscribe and like and follow and do all those sort of things, because we like you and you'll like us. I'm just babbling. Anyway, Francis, where can people find you on the internet if they want to do so?
At AKA the other guy on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitch, TikTok, you name it. My name will probably find it.
Well, you know what won't is the name of this thing. Because there are too many cookie jars. There were too many hands in the cookie jar.
In a weekend, you got to spend a weekend where you just make it all the same. We just get that synergy.
I should. But look up the POI Podcast or POI Podcast if you need to find this. Push, thank you for being here as always. Ginger, Push, whoever else was here, thank you, everybody.
was in here. Swiss was in here. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Papa. I see you there.
Awesome.
Somebody tweeted about not being called out as lurkers, but you're all people we know, so I don't mind calling you guys out. You're not strangers.
Exactly.
I'd be like, I don't want to call you. I'm not going to call you guys out.
But you can find, like I said, look up POI Podcast or the POI Podcast for podcasting stuff wherever you get your podcasting stuff from. Otherwise, you can call, text, voicemail 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1. There is some synergy there. You can email us at thepoipodcast@gmail.com. Twitter, POI Podcast. That's pretty much everything. You can find me at 303_ninja on the Twitters, 303 Ninja on the Instagram, and all over the FanExpo Denver convention happening this weekend.
Don't you have a convention Instagram?
No, well, I did at one point, I think. No, I had one for hybrid interests way back in the day.
Yeah, a convention one. I totally thought you had a convention.
There's an Instagram thing that I can't even remember what the Con Life Photos. Con Life Photos. So you can follow me on there as well. But the song's ending, so I'm ending too. We're out of here. See you later. Bye.